Here's a deal I played in a robot tournament on Bridge Base Online. During the bidding, I was south, and after 2 passes, I opened one no trump. The robots play a convention called Capoletti, and West's 2 club overcall showed a single-suited hand, not necessarily clubs. North passed, and East's 2 diamonds was a relay bid, just asking West what their suit is. I passed, and West's 2 heart bid was natural. North surprised me by bidding a natural 2 spades now, and everyone passed. In the robot tournaments on BBO, if the human ends up as the dummy, they become declarer for the rest of the hand. So, East led the 4 of hearts, South was dummy, and we took over for North as the declarer. And immediately, I can see that this is a tough contract. We've got a 6-card trump fit, missing the King, Queen, Jack, 10, 9. And the frustrating part is that we've got an 8-card diamond fit, but we're playing in spades. So the theme of this hand is going to be that we're in the wrong contract, and the opponents are going to smack us around for a while. You are welcome to pause the video and make a plan for this hand, but I'm going to play the first half until trump are drawn and we can regain the lead. And then I'm going to ask you to pause the video again and make a plan for the rest of the hand. In the bidding, West showed a single-suited hand with hearts, and now East has led a heart. So I suspect that hearts split 6-1 and East led a singleton. I'm going to hop up with the ace so it doesn't get roughed. After trump are drawn, we can lead a heart towards the queen, and I expect that will take a trick because West is very likely to have the king. But East is in a position to ruff hearts whenever West gets on lead, and West might have a singleton somewhere and can establish a cross ruff, so we'd better try drawing trump before the opponents can figure that out. I lead the ace of trump and a second trump, with the opponents following suit for both tricks. And I am delighted to see West continue drawing trump, and even more delighted to see that East follows suit. So the opponents don't have a longer trump holding than we do. Trump are 4-3 or 3-4, rather than 2-5 or worse. West continues with the top heart as East discards a club, so hearts really did split 6-1. West then switches to a diamond. I suspect that West might underlead the queen, but would not underlead the ace. So I cover with the jack, and that works. East takes the ace, and our king is now high. East now pulls the last trump, so that no one has any more trump left. Then they switch back to diamonds, and West indeed has the queen. It's now possible to regain the lead if you want. Pause the video now and plan the rest of the play. And now that you've got a plan and unpaused the video again, let's continue. There are 6 tricks left, including the current one, and we've got 5 winners. 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 3 clubs. If we ducked this trick, we could claim the rest, but that's a defeatist attitude. We should at least try something for the extra trick. So I think we should win this. We don't have any finesses to take, we can't develop a suit by ruffing, and we can't gain from a throw-in because we've got all but 1 trick already. So there aren't many techniques by which we could gain an extra trick. However, when we've got all but 1 trick sewn up, I start looking for a squeeze because we've already satisfied condition L. Let's try to find some threat cards. We have no major suit threats because we have no spades and we only have winners left in hearts. We started with an 8-card diamond fit, and both opponents have followed suit to 2 diamond tricks. So there's only 1 more diamond out there, and North's diamond is a threat card guarded by whichever opponent has the last diamond. And we've got 6 clubs, including the first 3 tricks. So South's 4th club is a threat card, guarded by whichever opponent has at least 4 clubs. And since the opponent started with 7 clubs between the two of them, only one opponent could guard it. For condition B, let's cross our fingers and hope that one opponent is busy guarding both minors, meaning that the opponent with long clubs also has the last remaining diamond. And since West is a single-suited hand with hearts, if any opponent is busy, it's going to be East. We'll need an entry in one of the threat suits, but there are no entries in diamonds. Instead, we've got transportation to both hands in clubs. But the entry to the south hand is much easier because it won't block the suit. And that's great. The squeeze card can be the Queen of Hearts, and then the club entry can satisfy condition E. Finally, for condition U, the club threat is upper of East, and the diamond threat is upper of West. Though again, West has long hearts and doesn't have room in their hand to be busy, so we're really just trying to squeeze East. Moreover, the entry is in clubs, and the club threat is in the hand with the entry, not the hand with the squeeze card. So we don't need to worry about the UE exception. So all of blue is satisfied as long as someone, East, has the last diamond and the long clubs, and so the squeeze will work. We need to watch for the guard card in the suit without the entry, namely diamonds. If the opponents discard it, we can run the diamonds and then cash the clubs. And if they don't discard it, we'll try just running the clubs. You can cash the Queen of Clubs now if you want, but regardless, the next thing to do after that is to play the Queen of Hearts as the squeeze card. When the opponents hold on to the diamond guard, we know that West still has hearts left, and thus can't stop clubs. And if East still has the diamond guard, they can't stop clubs either. So let's try running the clubs. And when the last one is good, we make the contract. Backing up 5 tricks and showing all 4 hands, you can see that, indeed, East was squeezed as described. If they discard the diamond, we can claim, and otherwise they must discard a club and let us run the suit. This might seem like a simple example. By the time we regained the lead, everything was set up and all we had to do was play the squeeze card. But if you don't know about squeeze plays, it might look like there are 2 ways to play this. We could try the way we did play it, which worked, or instead of playing the heart trick, we could try running the clubs, and if the last one isn't good, then we could come back to the north hand in hearts to get to the diamond. That sounds kind of like a squeeze if you don't know how they actually work. But if you try that approach, you'll find that the clubs don't split evenly. East can keep both their guards until we abandon clubs, and then we'll lose the final trick to the diamond guard. Now that you know about squeeze plays, if we go back 5 tricks again, it should be clearer why that second approach doesn't work. The entry to the north hand, after running the clubs, is not in one of the threat suits, it's in hearts. Whether the entry is for condition E or for the exception to the UE exception, all relevant entries in a squeeze play are in the threat suits. The only way to make this contract is by recognizing that the way to satisfy blue is for the entry to be in clubs and for the Queen of Hearts to be the squeeze card, and so we must play it before trying to run the clubs. And that's a real-world example of a squeeze play.